Hello everyone! Welcome to Reclamation. Reclaim the world. This is episode 42 of our Let's Play series from Minecraft Java. And in this episode, we're going to be continuing working with R's. So in the last episode, we did all of this. In between episodes, I kind of decorated a little bit. So this is going to be our Drygmy room. So I used the vines that we have growing to make some mossy cobble. I made exactly how much I needed, so there isn't any left over. Because I had to get one vine per mossy cobble, so yeah, there's none left. So I'll have to make more if we need it. But this is all ready to go. I think it looks quite nice. And I increased the size of our mana battery. Things are moving along quite nicely. I was supposed to fix this and pick this up, but I didn't get around to it, so. Alright. So I did a couple of other things in between episodes. Number one, I turned off our antimatter creation. So we're building polonium up again. It got really close to being empty, so I turned it off. So it's still in the build-up phase right now before I turn it back on again. So we're back to voiding energy. What else did I do? I worked on blood magic a little bit, made some more slates and stuff like that. Created some more ritual stones and everything in preparation of using that. And, oh right, and I increased the size of our garden area, our auto farm. So we're ready for new seeds. So that's awesome. And I stuck a little bit of automation on the blood collection for the spawner. And that's pretty much it. And I stayed out there for quite a while letting it spawn. So today we're going to be, I'm also going to off camera, the next in between episodes, I'm going to go out there and let it build up the blood some because we need it. I also did a whole bunch of self-sacrificing and I filled up our blood tank. So, but anyway, so in this episode, we're going to be continuing on with R's. We need to get our Drygmies created, I think. So, to get Drygmy tokens, or Drygmy, however you want to say that, we're going to need to summon some Drygmy with the, so we're going to need fire essence. So I want about six Drygmy to start out with. I think 6 is a good number. And we're going to do a whole bunch of containment on critters, I think. We're going to get an Enderman, we're going to get skeletons, we're going to get all kinds of stuff, and we're going to build a wall of junk out here, probably right in this area right here. And we're going to have it fill it up. I do not know if boss mobs are disabled in this pack, like the Wither and the Dragon and things like that. So some packs disable it and some packs don't. I think it would be really nice if it wasn't disabled, considering how difficult the pack is, but it probably is disabled. Let's be honest here. So anyway, we're going to need, I want at least 6 of these guys. So we're going to need 6 fire essence and 6 earth essence. And earth essence. All right. And we're going to need 6 eggs. And 6 birthing. We're going to have to get some more. And we're going to need 6 horns. Don't worry, we're going to have a whole bunch of that stuff soon enough. So, all right, let's go do this. Oh, do you guys want to see what I did? Yeah, I made it bigger. Isn't that cool? So we're now farming up all of the seeds that we have. Not the crop seeds, though. I'm not farming those up. No, I can't talk today. I'm sorry. The antimatter. I turned this off to let the polonium build back up because, yeah, we were almost out. So, oof, it was close, dude. I probably, if I would have let it run for another hour, it probably would have run out. So I was like, oh no. So, yeah, I shut it down. I was cutting it close. Okay, so we're going to summon these Drygmy and we're going to give them Wilden Horns and they're going to give us their tokens and it's all going to be right as rain. I did add a little automation out here to the, you can see the storage doors up there. So it's automatically piping into the thingy. I think there might be a way to, because I remember there being like soul jars or something like that. Maybe I'm thinking Ender IO. Am I thinking Ender IO? Was it Ender IO that allows you to get the essence of a monster and then spawn it with power? Ah. Yeah, I might be thinking Ender IO. I thought, well, just let me look real quick. Oh, I made one of those, by the way. Cow in a jar. For the kitchen. It's easy. You just put the jar down. Like, drop a couple of blocks down, put the jar in there, and then push the cow in, and then throw an anvil on top of them. It's really easy. Easy peasy. Here's Mystical Agriculture soul jars. I don't know if that's the same thing. Soul extraction. It makes Enderman seeds. That allows you to grow Enderman, right? So there's ghast, blaze, chicken. Slimes would probably be the best for blood, honestly. I mean, that would be an interesting way to do it, right? You could grow the mobs. I don't think it would require a person to be there. Okay, we're definitely going to look into that because I'm trying to think of ways to get this blood stuff to run all the time without me standing here, because honestly I'm sick and tired of going to bed and leaving my computer on. It's bad for the environment and it really bugs me. So finding solutions to that problem would be a good thing. I have no idea how we'd set it up, though. We could probably go above and then have them drop down or something using fans. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. But anyway, what were we doing? We came out here. Oh, right. We were going to birth the Drygmy. Right. And we'll put that on our bar. So egg, fire, earth, and spirit. Go get it, buddy. Yay! He gets all happy. Ah, he gave us 2. That's nice. We only need 6 of these guys, so if we get extras, that's good. They're so cute. I really enjoy ours a lot. I just wish the spells were a little bit more powerful, but you know, it's not too awfully bad. They're so adorable. It's gonna be nice to have them up and going again. Such happy little guys. Oh wow, he got really happy. Look, we got 6, so we can stop. It's good because we don't really have a whole lot of those. That's awesome. All right. What was the? I need another charm for starbuckles. Yeah, we don't have. It requires a water essence. We'll come back to it. Okay, guys, I went ahead and I got the starbuckle charms too. So, and I bred up some more chickens, so we got some more spirit of birthing. So, yee. All right, I should probably put these up real quick. Probably. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so now we're going to make our Drygmy token, or charms, right? So let's go back to ours. And that's what we're going to want to make. So it's going to require some seeds, some carrots, some apples, some wheat, and some fish. And we got 6 of them to make. So I will be back in a second. I got to go get the mats. So guys, I need fish. So I made up an Imperium fishing rod. And I enchanted it real quick, and it says I can take an augment, but I don't know how to do that. So to make that, I'm going to show you real quick. You have to tear up the fishing rod, right? So you start with a basic fishing rod, and then you just tear it up through the different tiers, starting with Inferium. So you have to make these little gemstones, which are really easy. So you make a prosperity gemstone with a diamond, and then you just add the different dusts to it. You also have to make the ingots, which uses the infused iron with prosperity shards, and you tear it up just like you do the gems. But anyway, so I made the fishing rod and I enchanted it, and now I'm gonna try to get some fishing done and see if I can get some fish real quick. Because we need them to make the Drygmy charms. So. Alright. Also wouldn't mind getting a mending book because you can't make it with ours. So. Okay. Alright. I'll get the rest of the mats together. Okay, I have all the mats together, so we're gonna put all the stuff in these hoppers. All right, get out our Drygmy charms, and let's do this. I don't know if these actual charms are used for anything else. So you got summon animals. Which could be useful. We can make a sniffer egg. So maybe we'll keep one back, right? Or two. Maybe we'll take two. 4 is good, right? Okay, so we have our 4. We're going to put these back in here. I also went ahead and got 2 more Starbuckle charms, but we're not going to do anything with those. We're just going to leave them. So let's go ahead and remove all the stuff from the hoppers real quick. And then we're going to run over there and get our Drygmys dancing. Dancing! Now Drygmys are a constant draw on your mana, so if you haven't gotten your mana going yet, then, well, you're going to be sorry. So I suggest you get your mana going before you turn them on. But anyway, so you come on over here to the Drygmy area, and you're going to take your Drygmy charm and just click it onto the mossy cobble, and it turns it into a hedge, and then the Drygmy appears. See that? And he'll start dancing and using mana. Go on, buddy. Go on over there. So the Drygmys will be the happiest when they have lots of things to dance. Oh, look at that. You can make a creative source jar. Why would you want to do that? That's so boring. You have source forever. Whatever. That's silly. Okay. So anyway, when these guys dance, it uses mana, and then the drops should go into the chest, okay? Which is just a temporary solution because we're going to want to set up some storage drawers to contain the drops. But for now, it's fine. It's all fine. They get happier. They get happier the more things they have to dance. So, that being said, I think what we're going to do is construct a spell book. Alright, so you're going to need a book, right? And you're going to need some iron. And you're going to make a sword. You're going to need a pick, a shovel, and an axe. Okay? And then you're going to put the book in there, and you're going to put all this stuff in there too. Unless they changed it. Oh, spell book. And of course they did. Because why wouldn't they, right? Alright, well, shoot. We'll just let these rot, I suppose, because we can't use them. That's okay. It's going to require 3 source gems. And we have to go make some mana steel tools, apparently. So... how silly. Alright, so... we're going to do the same darn thing, but with mana steel. And we're going to have the sticky poos. So let's run over here and grab some. Gonna grab the sticky poos. Pick, shovel, axe, sword. And then you're gonna do this. Shovel, actually you should probably just do this. Pick, axe, sword, and then stick all this stuff in there like that with your sourcey gems. Oh, we're shy of source gem. Give me one more source gem. So, book, stuffers, and then that. And then there's your novice spell book of amazingness. Okay. So, the spell book. Hold the spell book. Press C. You have no spells. These are the things it comes with. Yeah, break and harm. I mean, you can use this stuff if you want. You have touch. This is not going to be a tutorial on how to build spells in ours. I mean, I guess I can. Why not? So, for mining, if you want to do it at touch, so it'd be like right in front of you, like a pickaxe, then you would do touch and break. If you want it to be, you know, like a projectile, like if you're shooting a bow, then you do projectile and then you do break, and that will make your spell, and then you can name it mining or mine. So I always put mining on this one, the tab 2, so that's my second spell slot. So you just say mining and then create. Once you have it created, you can come over here and you can change its color. Make sure you save it and it will change the color. So let's do pink and then save. So now our mighty spell will be pink. See that? Alright. So the press C again. Next spell you're going to make, put it in the first slot, is going to be projectile harm. And this is going to be damage. And you can change the color of it to whatever you want. We're just going to go with red. Save. Create. And that's damage spell. Okay. Alright. So you can get more glyphs for your spell book because you only start with a few. Right? You started with break, harm, projectile, self, and touch. Yes, if you do harm and then self, it will hurt you. So don't do that. That's silly. Alright, so now that we have that, I need something specific, so we're just gonna go for the specific. I need dispel, so tier 1 glyph. I don't know if it's a tier 2 glyph, is it? So we got 3 milk buckets and an abjuration essence to make it. So you come over here onto the scribe's table, okay, like this, and you take your spell book and you right click and it'll present you with all the glyphs that you can research. We have a level 1 spell book, so we can only research level 1 spells. So I want dispel. So you select that, and the things that it requires appear above the table. So we know we need an objuration essence. So we can go grab that. One would be nice. And if you have the stuff in the chest over here, it'll automatically pick it up, which I think it already did. Yeah, we obviously had one already, so yeah. Okay, guys, we are back, and we're gonna go and look and see what the Drygmies have done. So, not bad, right? Okay. So we got spider. Where'd my spider go? Oh, there's our Enderman. Oh, put this stuff up. Oh, did we stick him in here on accident? Yeah, we did. Okay, so we've got a spider, got a creeper, got a husk, and got a skeleton. So they get really excited and happy when they get new things to dance to, so that's pretty neat. So we will, the ones that had oopsies in them don't stack with the ones that yeah, they just don't stack. I don't know why. Let's see if we can change the ID on them so that they do stack. No? Not gonna do it, huh? You're gonna do me that way, huh? Okay, there, now they stack. Alright, cool. Okay, so they're going to do their thing and dance, and they're going to be happy because they have multiple things to dance to now, which is really cool. So ideally, getting the animals would be good. We need a pig, and we need a sheep. But as you can see, this is going to fill up, and it probably isn't going to take too awfully long. You do get these experience shards, which is really nice for them dancing. So we're going to go ahead and set up a row of storage drawers. And you can add to this, right? You can totally add to this. Because you're going to eventually get quite a lot of different things coming in. But yeah, this is not that kind of mod pack, so I'm not going to have to worry about a bunch of crazy weird stuff. So, just the basics. So, let's see. We're going to do the experience first. Alright. And then leather. And then beef. And then chicken. And then we're going to have feathers. And we'll have the Wilden stuff. I've put the Wilden stuff on this level. Just like that. Ender pearls. We can put right there. String. Zombie stuff. Gunpowder. Bones. Spider eye. That's it. Boof. Now you just look and see if you got anything different. It looks like it's all the same stuff, so we can get out our item pipes. We're gonna jump up here to get behind. And we know we have the full first row done. Like that. Oh, we're gonna have to go down one more. One more. Just a second. So we know we have the first row done. All of the second row and only 2 on the end for the final row. So just for ease of my use, let's go ahead and move those to the other end. So we'll move them down here like that because that's easier. All right. So we got the full. What did I do with the pipes? Oh, there they are. And these last 2 rows like that, and then like this. Just like that. And we're going to want to connect the poos it all up. And let's go ahead and tell it to pull. It's very important that you do this, okay? So let's go ahead and stick that guy right there, but turn this off. And then putting it down like that. And like that. And then we'll go ahead and put the blocks down, and everybody will be happy, and right as rain, it will be automatically putting into the system. Which will be awesome. All automated. I don't have to worry about it. There. And it'll just sit here and fill these up. If something doesn't go into the storage drawer, then we'll know that we need to add a storage drawer. Now I gotta put voids on all of these because I honestly do not want 50 gazillion drops. So I do not. So keep the dirt. Keep that. Keep that. Pull that out. Put that in there. We could just leave that in the chest, I suppose. We've already gotten all the dudes. For now. For now. So let's see. We're going to... look at the quest, I guess. Let's see what it wants. So we did this. It wanted Eddie Essence. We did this. We did that. We have not done a novice tome of blood. So we have to actually insert it into the blood altar. So I guess we'll go do that. Maybe. I might actually make a second book for that. Use. Apprentice Tome of Blood. Archmage Tome of Blood. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know what the different tomes are for. It's odd. Okay. Well, anyway. So we did all that. We've gotten the Starbuncle Charm, the Drygmy Charm. So it wants us to get a Whirlsprig Charm, a Wixie Charm, and a Siren Charm. It wants us to make a Warp Scroll. So that's pretty easy to make. We're going to need some paper. Which, incidentally, we're going to have to do that anyway because we need cardboard boxes. So let's go do that. We'll just hop upstairs real quick and buzz saw some. I gotta make some wood because I haven't chopped trees in like a gazillion years. Alright, so our basic sawmill. Oh, it made spruce instead of oak. Oh. So, you take this and you make sticks, and then you send that through the buzz mill. And it'll produce even more, so. Because we want cardboard boxes. And you can also make paper, so there's that too. Wow. That's like the most annoying noise ever. There, it'll start filling up with sticks, and see the sticks give sawdust, like a lot of it. Whereas the production of planks only gives some, right? Okay. So this first batch, we're going to make a bunch of paper up. And then the second batch, we're going to make some cardboard boxes. Which is like that? No? Shoot, I don't remember how to make cardboard boxes. Dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? Cardboard box. Oh, okay. 4. So you just that, and now you got 16 cardboard boxes. Cardboard boxes are uber. Alright, cool. Okay, so I'm gonna go dump this real quick, the stuff in my inventory, because I have a whole bunch of stuff in my backpack, and then I'll meet you guys back downstairs. Okay, let's do this. So we're gonna get our 3 blaze powder, 1, 2, 3, and our 2 ender pearls, 1, 2. And we're gonna take our scroll of amazingness and put it in there. And we did it wrong. What did we do wrong? Oh, it's 4 blaze powder. Of course it is. And then stick it in there, and it's gonna do its thing, and we'll have a stabilized warp scroll. Alright. Super. Alright. So the warp scrolls are interesting. I'm not sure about the stabilize, but I think you can use that on a portal frame. But these, you can set the warp scrolls, you can set their location and use them to teleport. It's a one-time thing though. It destroys them. So. Alright. Now, just for completeness that we've covered, that way we've covered it, I want to show you how to make armor. I'm not sure if they changed the recipe, so let's look. So the R's armor You're going to make a diamond armor, and you're going to surround it with mage bloom. So we're going to go ahead and make this real quick so you guys can see how to do it. Okay. So put that one in there, and this one in there, and this one in there, and this one in there. Okay. And then you just insert the armor into, and it will make the pieces. We're not going to be wearing this armor. We're going to make the mecha suit. But in case you want to be a mage, I'm showing you how to do it. Now the Ars armor has special uppers on it that make it a lot more powerful. Also, I would love to know where it's going. Where is my armor going? I'm not actually sure. Oh, there it is. Can I have my armor? I might have to move these away from the thingy so it stops doing that. So that's the entire armor suit. And you can enchant it, and you can put upgrades in it. I'll show you those real quick. So notice how these says tier empty slot 1, tier empty slot 2. Okay, you could tier these up. I'm going to show you how to do that also. So you just do a use on it and then come over here to upgrade, and it will show you how to do the regular armor upgrade. So the first tier is just blaze rods, which with each piece, and what it's going to do is it's going to give you more slots. Okay, and then the next upgrade is 200 pearls and chorus fruit. Okay, so the slots are filled with these. They're called threads. You'll have to craft a alteration table. That's this. So mage blue fibers with that scribe table, which we hadn't done yet. Where's that scribe table we made? So you take the scribe table, you put it in the center like this, and then you surround it with, and then you put it down and hope that it goes in the right direction. So like that. No, still not right. Nope. Actually, no, that was right. Okay. So how this works is you take your Rs piece and you put it right here, and it'll tell you the rune slot you have available. So it's like 1, 2, and 3. You click on that with the thread to put it into that slot. So if this one said 2 and this one said 3, I could take one of them and put them in 3, or I could put it in 2, or I could put it in 1. All right, and you can do that per each armor piece. So these are the threads that you can make, and they all have all kinds of different effects and all that. You can find them listed inside your spell book. See, they have all of them, and they give nice descriptions on what they do and all that. Some of them are for augmenting your spell casting, and some of them do cool things. So if you're wanting to be a mage, then you're going to want to do that. You have to make the default template first. So like, for instance, if I want to make the thread of the depths, then I'm going to make the default template, which is this, and then you put all of these mats onto the enchanting apparatus, and with the blank thread in the middle, and it'll make the thread of the depths. Okay, so that's how that works. Now you know. And I probably don't need to have all of these diamonds on me. Just leave some in here. Okay, so now it wants us to make a Whirlsprig charm and a Wixie charm and a Siren's charm. So let's read about these because I haven't ever really messed with them. Whirlsprigs. Whirlsprig to be summoned at the altar of birthing. Growing a tree near a summoned one will net you a token, which can be crafted into a charm. This charm summons a tame Whirlsprig that will produce natural resources based on what's nearby. Okay. Ugh. Whirlsprig charm. I need the egg for Whirlsprigs. Uh-oh. I'm not seeing an egg for it. There it is. Okay, so that's what we need to spawn the Whirlsprig. And we have to grow a tree next to it. So we don't have air essence yet, but we can make it. So it needs feathers, arrows, and wilden wing. There's another essence we also don't have. I don't remember what it was though. Conjuration maybe? Yeah, that's what the Starbuncle in the book was. So we can set up the conjuration right now. So we got a book, Starbuncle charm, and Wildenhorn. So let's go ahead and go set this guy up so he can start producing. He's right next to Objuration, so it would be right here, I do believe, right? No? Where's Objuration at? Okay, so he'd be right here. Alright, so I got our Starbuncle charm, and this guy, and our book. And we're going to add one of these in there, and it's going to take him a minute, and then we need to come over here and get our stuffers. So we need one of these and one of these. So grab him out, put him in there first, and then put that there, and put this on there. Grab that out and put him right there, and then we can get it going. I'm going to do 2 stacks, so I can take an arrow out of my quiver. I don't have any feathers, I don't think. Wilden wing. Oh, actually, you know what? We do have feathers. They're right here. I forgot that we already set this up. OMG. Alright. Oh, we're gonna need 2 of these. So we got feather, arrow, Wilden wing. And put him in there. We're gonna need the hopper and the item frame. So put him there, and then put this on there. Pull him out, put him right there, and then put the source gems in, and he'll start making. Okay. So now we got that going. So Whirlsprigs. Let's look ahead. I don't know if Whirlsprigs are going to be needed for anything, so... Storage lectern requires a bookworm charm. How do I get a bookworm charm? Obtained by augmenting a ritual of awakening with book and quills. Okay, let's look up ritual of awakening. Ritual. Awakening. Awakens a nearby archwood tree into wheeled walkers and budding amethyst into amethyst golems. And we need to do that anyway. So we're going to need all the saplings and some flourishing to do this. And we're going to need, according to this, we're going to need 2, right? To create a wheeled walker, you have to perform the ritual near a base of an archwood tree. Augmenting with book and quills will create bookworm charms. So we're going to need that apparently. So we need to make a couple of these tablets of awakening. It would seem. If we do it around budding amethyst, it'll make amethyst golems. So we should probably think about doing that. I think amethyst, though, is... I mean, we need to do it, right? But I'm thinking about, like, the logistics of setting up a farm, and we actually could probably make amethyst seeds already. So, yeah. It's going to require earth essence. I already have the Imperium essence. We need a budding amethyst and a source gem. I mean, we could make this right now if we wanted to. I don't really have time to do it in this episode, but we'll go ahead and mark it. We will go ahead and mark it. There's all kinds of stuff we can make, dude. So we have to make a jar of light to make, which that's easy. A jar of light to make the glowstone seeds. So we'll mark that. We already have all of this other stuff. So we can actually do like a lot of these seeds and stuff and get them planted. Look at that. We can do blaze seeds. Requires blaze captured in a soul jar. I guess it spawned blazes, yeah? I don't really know if I want that, but I'd much rather just make a Drygmy blaze farm for blaze rods. So this spawns Enderman, this spawns blazes. Certus quartz. Steel. That could be handy. Steel seeds. I wouldn't have to make it anymore. That would be nice. So we'll go ahead and mark those down too. Looks like it's pretty easy to do. So this will be the homework for this episode is to make the seeds. Prismarine, we could totally make those now. So we wouldn't have to do the haunting. So let's go ahead and grab those also. What else? Don't really need the osmium now. Lapis. I mean, we don't really need the lapis, but I mean, why not, right? Inscription, you guys know how to do that. Inscription tool water. This is all easy. Lapis dust is just crushed up lapis. So we could totally do that. See, you just put it in the crusher. So we can make the lapis seeds. Redstone seeds would be cool too. We have all the mats for this now. Isn't that exciting? Nether quartz, we can do that. Yeah, we have all the mats for this. Keep in mind, you got to tear all these up too, so this is definitely something for homework. But yeah, we can't do Sardis quartz because I don't have the mats on this yet. But yeah, eventually. AE at this point would be really nice. I'm so tired of running around. Alright, so we got that set. Alright, back to what we were doing. So we want to make a Whirlsprig, and we have to grow a tree. So let's do that first. So we're going to need Mage Bloom seed, we're going to need Source Gems, we're going to need Mage Bloom. So give me a Mage Bloom. And we're going to need a Source Gem. Just add that. We're going to need a diamond. We're going to need a seed. I'll have to snag the saplings upstairs. And we'll need to grab the Mage Bloom seed. Okay. And then, of course, we have to have the egg, right? So the egg is air essence, earth essence. So we're going to make a couple of these things, I think. So air and earth. Air. And earth. We'll see how much it gives us, right? We might look out and they might give us more than what we want, or than what we need. So we won't have to use all the mats. That would be nice. Now we have to grow a tree next to these guys. So I don't know if you can use a lead on them to keep them in one place, but we're gonna try. So put this up, get out the leads. I don't know if you can put leads on them, but I'm gonna try, right? It doesn't hurt to try. And we're just gonna chop this down, I guess. Apples. Okay. So put that right there. And let's summon him. Whirlsprig. Come here, Come here, buddy. Alright. Supposedly that worked. Yeah, it did. Look at that. So you can put a lead on them to keep them right where you want them. So that's kind of cool. And we got some more apples, which is awesome. Come here, buddy. Okay. Put that up. That up. Doesn't look like these guys are very friendly with the drops. It's eating my leads, it looks like. Yeah, it's eating the leads. That's okay. That's all fine and dandy. Come here, buddy. Hey, I got my lead back. Gee, Hotsafat, dude. Did it grow a big enough darn tree? Seriously? It's like a giant one. Wow. Okay. That was a very forthcoming tree. All right. Put that up. That. Oh, another apple. Okay. So if you disconnect them right at the point that they're gonna disappear, it'll give you your lead back. So good to know. Here, buddy. Come here. My lead back. Thank you. All right. Come on. Last one. All right, super. Very nice. Now we can grow our apple tree back. Apple tree. There. Really good for getting apples, by the way, if you are in the market for apples. So let's go ahead and get this out of here. Get on out of here. Okay, I got everything set and I moved the pedestals away a little bit, so shouldn't have any problems now. So the Whirlsprig tokens are used to make summon animals also. But I think of the tokens, they're probably the harder ones to get, so we probably shouldn't use them. They are used to make the sniffer egg, so I think perhaps maybe we should keep one back. At least one. Two, maybe. Can you breed sniffers? I mean, you may be able to, right? I don't know. I've never actually used sniffers, so I wouldn't know. All right. Go ahead and do these real quick. So these guys are kind of like the Drygmy. They dance the drops out of plants, basically. So you can actually set up auto farms with them if you want to. Okay. So we have 4 of the Whirlsprig charms, and we can get the bats out of here because we didn't make all of them. And we will go see where we are on the video for one. Okay, I'm gonna go look. I'll be back in a second. Okay, guys, so we're doing okay on time. So these end episodes for Reclamation are, I want them to be longer so we can fit more things in. And as you can see, I mean, we're almost done with this chapter. We don't really have a whole lot left to go, so I really want to knock these things out. So we're going to be doing the Wixie charm next. So to make a Wixie, you have to dispel a witch at half hit points. So we're going to have our dispel, of course. And we're going to have to somehow not insta-kill it. We'll see how that goes. I also would like to trap one of the witches in a containment ritual. So I figured we'd start the containment ritual, right? That way we have it going. And the first witch we're going to trap. Okay, so the witch. I'm not a witch, I'm a wife. Poof. Alright, so we got our witch. And the containment ritual is spent now unless I give it mana, so we don't have to worry about that. So, all we have to do is try really hard to not insta-give it. The Paxil might be better, it only does 9 damage, so. So, let's do this. Obviously, if we smack it, it's not going to be a good thing, right? There we go. And there's our first Wixie charm. So we have to do that a couple of times, so. Egg, fire, air, and birthing. Not too bad, right? And one more. All right, so we got our Wixie charms. Okay, so this other one that I have ready to go is a Siren. All right, so the Siren, well, it's interesting. It can fish for you. So what I want to do is spawn them in, and you have to give them a sea pickle. So I have to go get some sea pickles. I'm pretty sure that we have some, but I might actually have to grow them. Okay, so I'm not sure what's going to happen when we spawn this thing in. It might actually die. I don't know if they have to be in the water. So, yeah, we'll give it a shot. I mean, they do look like the Little Mermaid, so... Come on, man. Take your sea pickle. Do I have to give it to it? Oh, you do. You actually have to click the sea pickle on it, guys. Alright. And apparently they don't croak when you summon them out of water, so that's awesome too. So we can make these things fish for us. Isn't that amazing? I love the idea of that. I love it. Good thing. We get a few of these fishing for us and we might come up with some mending books. Wouldn't that be excellent? Oh, that one gave us 2. That was quite nice of it. And that one gave us 2. So we're done. All right. Awesome. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our Wixie charms. I kept back 2 Wixie charms for our sniffer eggs. So we're going to make these up. I made a couple of brewing stands. Oh, what on earth are we missing? We are missing something. Oh, right. The crafting tables. How could I forget that? There we go. Righto. So there's our Wixie charms, just as the quest requested. And so now we are going to make our sirens. Now the sirens are not used for anything else. So we're going to make all of them. So we got our source gems. And then we've got our prismarine shards. And then we're going to have fish. Copious amounts of fish. And that should be it, yes? Yes. All right. Now, I am somewhat interested in getting these mermaids going, so we're going to read about them and see how to set them up, because I've never used them before. Alright, so let's find out about these mermaids. Now, those are familiars. Sirens. Sirens are found in warmer seas, jumping out of the water or following boats. You can befriend a wild mermaid by giving them a sea pickle. They will jump and leave behind a few tokens. The Siren charm can be used to summon a siren, and if used on prismarine, it will transform into a siren shrine. Tamed sirens can change colors if you give them kelp or corals. The shrine will slowly generate fishing loot items over time, asking for source after each cycle. The number of items and chance of getting treasure will increase if many different water animals and plants are near the shrine. You should build an aquarium or pond around the shrine to let your sirens have fun. Note, it will take some time to update the score. So it wants us to build an aquarium for the sirens. And we have to have sea animals in the shrine. Okay, so the thing is we set up a containment thing up there, right? Where we're using the altar of birthing. So you can use the containment vessels not just for putting it in the Drygmy room. You can also use it to transport creatures. It's because we already know that if you put something into a containment vessel on accident, you can get it out by casting Dispel, and that works on anything, right? So if we birth some water animals and then we contain them, we can bring the containers into our aquarium, and then we can use Dispel on it, and it will release them into the water. Amazing, right? So that is a way that we could use to get all kinds of fun stuff into our aquarium. And it says it'll produce sea loot, so that is really cool. The question is where would we put the aquarium? I mean, we do have some more room, right? We could go down, of course. Or we could take out this wall right here. Because as you see, we have plenty of room right here. to expand. So we could make a nice little aquarium over in this direction. Either way, the aquarium's going to have to be built off camera because it would take too long. But it's something to think about. Having fishing loot would be very beneficial. We don't have any mending books, and all we need is just one mending book, so it could be worth it. So we've made all of the charms now. We've done this, we've done this, we've done this. Now we need to do this. The storage lectern boasts the incredibly convenient capability of letting you manage, view, and craft using nearby storage blocks. Simply place it down and link inventories to it using the Dominion wand. There is a limit to the number of inventories you can connect to at once. This can be raised using additional bookworm charms. Okay, this is very nice, but honestly, for our purposes, I think we should get AE going. We probably should. So we're going to go ahead and make this stuff because it leads into AE. We've done all this other stuff. We did all the mechanism stuff and everything. Most of the blood magic stuff. We only have a couple of things left to do in Botania. So let's make this stuff, shall we? So we're going to need to make a lectern, which is a bookcase and stuffers. We can probably use archwood. So give me some books. 1, 2, 3. So this, that. Here's our bookcase. And there's our lectern. And the lectern. We need a bookworm charm. How do I get a bookworm charm? Obtained by augmenting a ritual of awakening with a book and quill. Okay, so we need to make a ritual of awakening. So we got the lectern made though. So this is good. It's good. Ritual of awakening. Awakening. So we need archwood, flourishing archwood, source gems. I'll grab a stack of source gems out. And I'm gonna go get the saplings. Okay guys, to make what it wants us to make, we're gonna have a squid. So to get a squid, we're gonna have, well, we're gonna contain it, right? So let's put down our mana and get that going. And then we're going to have a containment jar at the ready. And we're going to plop down these things. So let's see. We're going to go with 1 birthing, 1 egg, 1 blue, and 1 why did it just make a chicken? Get out of here. Keep going. I'm not sure why it made a chicken. So 1 egg, 1 spirit, oh, and 1 birthing. Okay, it's gonna spawn. So we got to put the containment jar down. There. Alright. Infinitely easier than just smacking it, right? So we're going to go stick this in our Drygmy room. Okay, so we have our ink sacs that we were needing. So we're going to need just one book charm. So I think we're just going to take these upstairs. So we're going to need some of these. And let's see here. That's for our awakening ritual. So we can make these books and quills. Which don't stack, of course. All right. So we technically only need one, I think. One book and quill to get the bookworm charm. Right? It's only used for the one thing. Okay. So now we need to create the ritual of awakening. All right, and then awakening. Okay. Tablet of awakening. So we're going to need some, that was flourishing, right? Yeah. Flourishing. And we're going to need some source gems, and we're going to need the saplings. All right. So we're going to have to make another one of those ritual razors. So we need arcane pedestal. Oh, actually, no, we don't. We have some extras. That's right. We made extras. I forgot. So we should be able to do this right down here, honestly. So let's put this guy down. And gonna put this on there. And then you're gonna put a book and quill. And should work, right? There it is. Okay. So the actual ritual of awakening is how we make the Amethyst Golem. So we have enough to do that. We'll just have to contain the golem once we make him. But we've got that done, so it wants us to make this. So we need 3 chests and the charm. Let's do regular chests just in case. And we have to have a lectern in the center. Put that up. Put that up. And the birthing, put that back. 2, 3. That, and put this in the center. And now we have our lectern. which is pretty spiffy. And repository. So that's going to be any archwood log and some nuggets. 4. And let's use vexing. We have a lot of vexing. So where's a repository? Remember this? And there's our repository. Okay, so let's read about this stuff, right? Just in case some of you don't know how it all works. I have to find it. Just give me a second. Repository. Repository can store a double chest's worth of items when named. It will display the name as a tooltip and preserve it when dropped as an item. Useful for creating named inventory tabs with the storage lectern. The storage lectern can used to view, manage, and craft from multiple connected inventories. The number of inventories that may be connected is determined by the number of bookworms bound to the lectern. You can add more bookworms to the lectern by using a bookworm charm. Use the Dominion wand from an inventory to the lectern in order to bind or remove access. Inventories can be connected 30 blocks away. Items can be automatically inserted into the lectern by placing them into an unbound inventory that is adjacent to the lectern. You may also link a lectern to the main lectern in order to extend the view and access of the original lectern. These lecterns can be chained together within 30 blocks indefinitely. Once a lectern is linked to another lectern, it will no longer be available to connect to inventories or accept bookworms. Linked inventories that are named will create a tab in the storage lectern, allowing you to view and manipulate all inventories that share that name. Unlike normal chests, repositories will preserve their name when dropped. The name effect can also name inventories placed in the world. And then it goes into bookworms and stuff like that. So, bookworm charms can be used on a storage lectern to increase the number of accessible inventories. Augment a ritual of awakening with book and quill in order to obtain charms. Bookworms can be dyed using white, black, blue, green, red, or purple. In the event that they die or are dispelled, they drop their charm. Okay. And then, of course, display case. A display case can be configured to output redstone signal when certain level of inventory is reached. To set the item for tracking, use an item on the case. Interact with the block to increase the count and punch to decrease. To link to an inventory, Dominion Wand adds an inventory to the display case. Wanding while sneaking will invert the signal outputs below or greater than the set count. If a filter scroll is given to the display case, it will count all items that match that filter. And then it talks about allow, deny, mimic, and it talks about the Dominion Wand, which we've already made. That was like the first thing that we did. So anyway, we're going to be doing AE, so there's no real point in messing with that. All right. So we have more tablets of awakening. We're going to need them. Because we're going to animate our golem. Alrighty then. So our little happy golems are going to do our budding amethyst, right? They're going to smack the amethyst for us, and they're going to, yeah. So we're going to make 2 of these guys. I don't know where we're going to set up the amethyst. We should probably, I mean, we could do it down here. We have a little bit of room. I don't think it takes mana, so we could just do it like right here. So we could go this, and then so it grows a crystal out, right? So we put the budding right here, and then so that's the crystal, that's another crystal, so we put the budding right here. That's a crystal, that's another crystal, so this is a budding. And one right here. Just like that. So we're skipping 2. 1, 2, and then here. And then here. And then we have our 2. I mean, because why not, right? I mean, we did make the darn things, so we should probably use them. So, I'm going to put our little chest right somewhere. Where should we put it? Like right here? Actually, let's turn it like that. And then we'll put this down. Let's use a pretty block. Let's do, no, not that. This. Just like that. And then we'll put this right here. Because they're not going to probably work with storage drawers, so we'll go ahead and assign it a chest, and then we'll put the output with pipes. So we'll pull out and put it into the storage drawer. Alright, super. Hopefully we can lead them. Alright, so I've never done this before, so I guess we're going to find out how it works, huh? So if I put it right here, and I put this down, is it going to animate both of them? I don't know. Let's find out. Hey! So it's 1 perk. Hey, buddy. Hi. Come on with me. Come on. Come on, you big cutie wootie. Alright, buddy. We want you to put stuff into that. Yeah, I'm not sure how that works, so we'll just have to wing it for right now. So it looks like you have to use 1 per. I mean, that's really not too bad, right? Not really. So let's drag him over here. Come on, buddy. So I'm going to grab him there and then say, that's your chest. All right. So are you going to work? I'm not sure how they work. Let's find out. See if they have the golems in here. Oh. The golems. Where would the golems be at? Automation. Amethyst Golem. Amethyst Golems will harvest, grow, and collect amethyst near its home. To obtain an Amethyst Golem, perform the ritual awakening near budding amethyst to obtain Amethyst Golem charm. Summon the Amethyst Golem by using a charm on a block. Summon the Amethyst Golem by using a charm on a block. Before an Amethyst Golem will perform tasks, they must first have a home. Set their home by using the Dominion wand on the Golem and then on the block. The Golem's home is considered to be 10 blocks in any direction from the set position. Once a home has been set, the Golem will begin performing tasks over time. They will convert amethyst blocks into budding amethyst, harvest amethyst clusters, speed up budding amethyst growth, and pick up and store amethyst shards. If Golem's home has been set to an inventory, Golems will pick up and store amethyst shards in their bound inventory block. If their home is not an inventory, they will simply ignore items on the ground. Interesting. Alright, so we set him to, so that says 10, right? From the home spot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we're golden. This is plenty enough. They should be able to pick up all the blocks in this area, I think. So that's good. I kind of want to hang out and see if it works, but... Well, anyway, that took care of this. But it didn't count. Obtained by performing the ritual awakening near budding amethyst. So we already did that, but it didn't count for some reason. There's no reason why it wouldn't have counted. We've got this and we've got this done. So there's, I don't know. I do not know. We already did that. We already did that. Well, you know, sometimes quests bug out, do they not? So we already did it. That's okay. That's fine. Complete instantly. Yes. Okay. So that's done. Alright. Cool. Hey. At least it's not as buggy as Lingango. Woo! We were having to do that all the time in Lingango. Because the bosses weren't updating. Well, I really want to see him do it, you know? I think this guy's almost done. Ooh, it's a large one. So they make it they make the stuff grow faster, right? So if I push him closer, like over here, so they do like a little dance to make things grow faster, it looks like. So that's kind of cool, right? So if I can just like bring this guy into the center. Come here, buddy. That way, you know, he's accessing everybody. There. And this guy. Come on. Come on, guy. You're gonna pick something, right? Come on, pick something. That's a bud still. We're all just budding. Ooh, he had a sparkly. You saw that? He sparkled. Look, it's got like a thing going around it. You think it takes mana? I mean, maybe, right? Maybe it takes mana. Does it say it takes mana? I don't remember it saying it takes mana. They'll harvest, grow, and collect amethyst near its home, obtain amethyst golem for the ritual awakening near budding amethyst to obtain an amethyst golem charm. It didn't give us a charm. Summon the Amethyst Golem by using a charm on a block. Before the Amethyst Golem perform tasks, they must first have a home. Blah, blah, blah. Da, da, da. It doesn't say anything about using mana. No, it doesn't say anything about it. Alright, I'm going to say that it doesn't use mana. Come on, harvest something. I want to see if it works, man. Come on, man. The slowest amethyst in the world. Okay, well, we'll come back to it. We're just fudging around at this point. Alright, so we completed that. All of ours is done except for the Wilden, and we're not doing that yet because I want the Becca suit. So, my dearies. So, for all intents and purposes, we are done with ours for now. So, we can probably go ahead and put all this junk up for right this very second, including the wand of amazingness. And now, well, you know what? Let me go see where we are on the video. Yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. I'm sorry. I was hoping that this would, like, do something so that we could at least see it work. Oh, it did! It worked! They harvested it, they put it in the chest, and yeah. That's awesome. Look, look, look! Just harvested. Oh. But they're not picking it up. Okay, so we might have to do something about that. Oh, actually, no, they just picked it up. And now it's in there. That's so cool, right? So they're just gonna, like, harvest it for us. Oh, that's neat. Alright, that's really cool. Super neat. Alright, so we know it works. Okay, guys. I think that's going to be just about it for this episode. We, once again, did a whole bunch of stuff. We got all the charms done. We got this stuff done. We made the storage lectern, which we're not going to use because we're going to use AE. It'll be more beneficial for our purposes. We're not doing the wielding yet because we're going to make the mecha suit first. So in the next episode, we're going to be focusing in on the last bits we need to do for Botania. We got to make this flower, and we have to make this blood pendant, but that's not going to be that hard. Just got to make some machines. So you guys do actually have quite a lot of homework today. I want you to make all of these seeds. You're going to make the amethyst seeds, the glowstone seeds, the steel seeds, the prismarine seeds, the lapis seeds, the redstone seeds, the nether quartz seeds. You're going to tear them all up. And you're also going to have to make the jar of light, which is really easy on the enchantment. On the Ars enchantment thing. It's just 4 glowstone, 2 redstone lamps, and 2 glass. It's easy peasy with a glass bottle. Anyway, you're going to make that. And get those tiered up and add them to your auto farm. Okay, that's it. That's all the homework you have for today. And if you want to, if you're feeling particularly creative, you can start work on the aquarium. The dimensions for it need to be usable space 10 by 10. Okay? So like 10 blocks by 10 blocks by 10 blocks by 10 blocks by 10 blocks for height. And then of course it'll be filled with water. And we're going to have to get some marine animals and decorate it and all that stuff. And we're going to put our mermaids in it. And it's going to fish for us, which is going to be awesome. But anyway, I had a lot of fun. And I appreciate you all coming along today. And I will catch you guys in the next episode. So you guys take care, all right? Toodles!